And welcome to Just for Clicks, guys. This is Michael Buckheim. This is live, raw, and uncut sports talk here on this Thursday edition, coming to you this week here on Thursday afternoon. A little earlier than normal, but you know what? We got to do what we got to do sometimes. So this is start of the NFL Week 5 here. We do have the Thursday night game, the LA Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks. And for today's episode, we're simply going to pick the Week 5 games, talk about them a little bit, and just see how we do versus the field. Last week, Week 4, we scored 7 points. As you guys know, I did get the Packers game wrong. I did pick the Packers to beat the Eagles. That's a loss. Falcons over the Titans. That was a lock as well. I did get the Patriots, the Browns, the Chiefs. Very, very good Chiefs game. If you guys did not get a chance to watch that game, you guys definitely missed out on a great Chiefs game. Picked the Colts to beat the Raiders. That was a loss as well. So pretty much I went, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so I got 7 of the 16 games right. So definitely not, or 7 of the 14 games. So right about 50%. Not very good last week. But this is a new week. This is week 5. And so let's just go ahead and get started. The first game that we're going to pick for today's show on Week 5 NFL Pick'ems, we got the LA Rams take on the Seattle Seahawks. This is a Thursday night game at Seattle. Seattle is favored by 1 point, I do believe. I'm going to pick the Rams. I'm going to pick the road team on this game. If you guys have listened to any Just for Clicks Talks or any of the Marcus and Mike show, guys, you guys know that I'm not a fan of the road team on Thursday Night Football. But this just shows you that usually the more desperate team wins. Both teams are 3-1 going into the game, but the LA Rams look very, very vulnerable. So I think they're going to pull it out and beat the Seahawks. Next up, Sunday games here. The first game that we got here, we got the Atlanta Falcons take on the Houston Texans. I got to go with the Houston Texans. They are a very, very good home team. Don't let last week's loss fool you guys. They're still a very, very good team. They are probably the best 2-2 team out there. Now, speaking of the best teams, 3-1 Buffalo Bills take on the 2-2 Tennessee Titans. The Buffalo Bills are not the best 3-1 team. I think there are a lot of smoke and mirrors, and I think this week the Tennessee Titans show up. They show us what they had week 1, and they beat the Buffalo Bills, knocking them off. Moving on to the next game, we have 3-1 Chicago Bears take on the 2-2 Oakland Raiders. I'm not sold on the Chicago Bears. I think Mitchell Trubisky is going to be out for this game as well. That's why I'm going to go with the Oakland Raiders. The Oakland Raiders are kind of a surprise 2-2 team. They're sliding underneath the radar. Big thing here is do not let them get momentum. As a Chiefs fan, this game scares me. I'll be rooting for the Bears, but I got to go with the Oakland Raiders on this one. Next game up on the docket, battle of the the winless teams, I guess I should say. 0-3-1 Arizona Cardinals take on the 0-4 Cincinnati Bengals. This one's tough. I'm going to go with Cincinnati because they're at home. They have a veteran quarterback in Andy Dalton. And, I don't know. Their running game looked horrible, but just my gut's telling me to pick the Cincinnati Bengals. We'll see what they can do here. Next up, we have the 2-2 Minnesota Vikings taking on the 2-2 New York Football Giants. Giants are without Saquon Barkley still, even though he was out at practice running routes and doing drills. I'm not for sure if he practiced or not. This is Thursday, so if the Giants are smart, they're not going to let him play this game. The Vikings, they don't look very good right now. This is why I'm going to take the upset, and we'll take the New York Football Giants beating the Minnesota Vikings this week. Next up, we have the 4-0 undefeated New England Patriots taking on the winless Washington Redskins. Patriots, there's not much to say here. I think the Redskins are going to ultimately start Dwayne Haskins. They're throwing them through the wolves and just going to let him fail tremendously, and that's tough for a kid like that. Next up, we had the 2-2 Tampa Bay Buccaneers take on the 3-1 Saints. Going with the Saints. I like what Teddy Bridgewater is doing there. Tampa Bay is 2 up and down, 4 for me, especially on the road. That's why I'm picking the Saints. 0-3 New York Jets take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles. Do I pick this game? Do I pick the winless Jets to take on the Eagles at home? Can I? Can I do it? You know what? I can't do it. I can't do it. Philadelphia Eagles beat the Jets. Next up, a great game, a great matchup we have here. 2-2 Baltimore Ravens take on the 1-3 Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers they've got their first win last night versus Monday Night Football versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Not a very good game to watch whatsoever. The Ravens got a taste of reality last week versus the Browns. I think they're on a 2-game skid here. I think the Steelers beat the Ravens at home. Next up, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars 2-2 take on the 2-2 Cam Newtonless Carolina Panthers. This game is very intriguing. Is Jalen Ramsey going to play? Are the Carolina Panthers going to hold face at home? I don't think neither of those things happen. I don't think Jalen Ramsey plays, but I do think the Jacksonville Jaguars goes into Carolina and beats the Panthers. Next up, we have 0-4 Denver Broncos take on the 2-2 Los Angeles Chargers. This game is intriguing because the Denver Broncos, they are 3 plays away being 2-2. Hell, they might even be five plays away of being 3-1. The Chargers, Melvin Gordon is back, so they got that going for them, and they're at home. I'm going to go ahead and take the Chargers on this one. Sunday night game here, or I guess Sunday afternoon game. Another Sunday afternoon game. You have the Packers take on the Cowboys, both 3-1. Packers are pretty good. Cowboys are much better. Picking the Cowboys. Sunday night game, you have the Indianapolis Colts 2-2 take on the 4-0 Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead. You got to go with the Chiefs at home. There's no doubt in my mind. Monday night game here, 2-2 Cleveland Browns take on the 3-0 San Francisco 49ers. This one's tough, guys. This is a tough game to pick because I think the San Francisco 49ers have kind of benefited from an easy schedule. Cleveland Browns they're not doing very good. They are on pace for 8 wins, but I just don't think they're going to be very good. So I got to go with the San Francisco 49ers at home on this one. As this much pains me to pick, I got to do it. I'm thinking the San Francisco 49ers are going to go 4-0 to start the season. So just to reiterate what I got the Rams over the Seahawks, Texans over Falcons, Tennessee Titans beating the Bills, Raiders over the Bears, Bengals over the Cardinals, Giants over the Vikings. That's my upset pick. New England Patriots over the Washington Redskins, Saints over Bucks, Eagles over Jets, Steelers over the Ravens, Jaguars beat Panthers at home, Chargers over Broncos, Cowboys over Packers, Chiefs over Colts, 49ers over the Cleveland Browns on Monday Night Football. So with all that being said, what is my lock for the week? We have to get our our Eliminator Challenge pick here. So let me go ahead and pull that up. Last week, I believe my Eliminator Challenge, I pretty much lost. Like I basically flunked that out. But this week, my Eliminator Challenge is I can't. Oh, do I want to pick the Patriots as my as my lock? Do I want to do that? No, I can't because I picked the Patriots on week 4. I cannot do that. That's my mistake. So my lock this week, man, this is tough. I gotta go with the Chiefs over the Colts for my lock for this week. So guys, my lock pick for this week is the Chiefs over the Colts. So with all that being said, guys, this is Just for Clicks, and this is Michael Buckeiser, and have a great afternoon. We out.